Remember that feeling staring down at a test, clock ticking, knowing you had to focus, but something felt wrong in the room? Multiply that by 1,000. Add a healthy dose of existential dread, and you've got eyes on the exam. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're cracking open one of the most uniquely tense indie horror experiences I've played recently. We're talking gameplay deep dive, story teases, secrets revealed, and crucial tips to survive. Because trust me, you do not want to look directly at that thing with his eyes on the exam. So what exactly is this? Eyes on the Exam is a short, atmospheric first-person horror game. You play as a student trapped in a nightmarish, seemingly abandoned classroom. Your goal? Simple, complete the exam on your desk before time runs out. Sounds easy, right? Wrong. Because lurking in the periphery, in the shadows, maybe even behind you is something, and the core mechanic. You literally cannot look directly at it. Your survival hinges on keeping your eyes on the exam. For gameplay breakdown, here's how it plays out. The exam, your anchor. Staring at the test paper calms you or stabilizes your sanity. You need to read clues or answers here to progress. Puzzles dot the environment, but you have to look away to find items, solve puzzles, locate keys, and discover secrets hidden in the classroom. Pencils, notes, drawings, environmental clues. The threat, this is where it gets brilliant. That thing, it moves, it hides. It might be in a corner 1 second, right behind you the next. The game uses sound cues masterfully, shuffling, breathing, static. Your peripheral vision is your best friend and worst enemy. The tension every time you look up from the exam, it's a risk. How long can you scan the room? Did you just see movement? Was that always there? The game brilliantly turns the simple act of looking around into pure, unadulterated dread. The lighting is moody, the sound design is oppressive, and the constant fear of what you might see is paralyzing. Story and atmosphere, spoiler free. Don't expect a sprawling narrative. The story is delivered through environmental storytelling and subtle clues. Why are you here? What happened to the school? What is that entity? Piecing together the lore from scattered notes, distorted announcements, and the haunting classroom itself is a big part of the experience. The atmosphere is thick with nostalgia, twisted into something deeply wrong. It feels familiar yet deeply unsettling, the perfect recipe for psychological horror. Top 5 survival tips and tricks. Want to survive the exam? Listen up. These tips are crucial. Peripheral vision is king. Train yourself to scan the edges of the screen. You can often spot movement or the entity's position without fully looking away from the exam. Sound is your radar. Crank those headphones. Listen intently for shuffles, breaths, static bursts, or changes in ambient noise. Sound tells you where it is and if it's moving. Glance. Don't gaze, never stare at one spot for too long. When scanning, quick, purposeful glances identify what you need and get your eyes back on that paper. Memorize the layout. When it's safer. Try to memorize key item locations or puzzle elements. Minimizes future scanning time. Manage your focus. If the game has a sanity focus meter, many similar games do. Understand what drains it. Looking at the entity, time pressure, and how looking at the exam restores it. Don't let it bottom out. Finding all secrets guide. Alright, let's talk secrets. There are hidden collectibles and lore bits scattered about. I won't spoil what they are, but here's where to look. Spoiler warning for locations. Skip to you want pure blind. Check under everything. Desks, chairs, shelves. Get low. Interact with mundane objects. That wonky pencil sharpener. That specific book on the shelf. Try them. Listen for subtle cues. Some secrets might have a faint audio hum or whisper near them. The back wall is suspicious. Pay extra attention to the area near the teacher's desk and the back cabinets. For major events, rate check areas after solving puzzles or triggering events. New things might appear. Finding them all adds depth and maybe, just maybe, a different perspective. The thing mechanics explained carefully. Okay, let's address the elephant, or rather, the unseen horror in the room. The entity's design is deliberately obscured. Part of the terror is not knowing exactly what it looks like. What matters is its behavior. It roams, it's not static. It patrols, hides, and reacts to your actions and looking habits. Direct sight equals bad. Looking directly at it for more than a split second is usually instant death or a severe penalty. The game is very clear when you've crossed that line. Think intense static, visual distortion. Scream for perception matters. It might react to how long you look away from the exam. Even if you don't see it, the game plays with your perception brilliantly. Sound is key again. Its sounds are your primary warning system. Learn them before you buy Verdict. Worth it. So, should you buy Eyes on the Exam? Here's the breakdown. Pros: incredibly unique, intense core mechanic, masterful sound design, perfect short burst horror atmosphere, 1530 MIN playtime, effective psychological dread. Great price point for the experience. Cons very short no. This going in relatively simple graphics. Limited replayability once you know the solutions, secrets. The core loop might feel repetitive to some. The Verdict: if you love innovative indie horror that prioritizes atmosphere and tension over jump scares or complex plots, absolutely yes, especially at its low price. It executes its core don't look idea near perfectly. It's a fantastic bite-sized horror experience. However, if you demand long campaigns, deep narratives, or AAA polish, this might feel too slight. For me, it's a highly recommended unique horror gem. 4 out of 5 creepy pencils. Final thoughts and rating. Gaze on the Exam is a masterclass in minimalist horror. It takes one simple, relatable anxiety, focusing on a test, and twists it into a terrifying game mechanic. The sound design alone deserves awards for how effectively it builds dread. While short, it leaves a lasting impression. It's creepy, clever, and incredibly tense. I had a blast, or maybe a panic attack, playing it. What did you think of Eyes on the Exam? Did you keep your eyes on the exam? Or did that thing get you? Let me know your scariest moment down below. If you found this review helpful, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Subscribe and hit the bell for more before you buys, horror deep dives, and secret guides. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, and remember, keep your eyes on the exam. See you in the next one.